As you know, for many, many years, New York was a leader in providing quality, accessible, affordable public higher education. But for more than a decade, New York's SUNY system and CUNY system have been woefully underfunded, costing faculty and staff, students, and the communities that rely on public institutions as economic foundations. We've seen the effects of an underfunded system. Enrollment is down. Students are struggling to complete college on time, if they complete at all. And people are leaving, especially leaving upstate New York, for other areas of our nation. When several progressive tax reforms were passed last year, we were told that millionaires would flee New York. They have not. Working people have been leaving New York State because of a lack of hope and economic opportunity. And what these colleges in SUNY and CUNY provide to these communities make them so crucial for our common future. The smaller upstate cities have seen their most prosperous times when our state government took charge and funded programs like SUNY to bolster economic growth, progress, and the ability for families to reach the middle class. It is only through investment that these communities will prosper once again. SUNY is the avenue to economic development and economic justice. In her State of the State, Governor Kathy Hochul pledged to support SUNY and presented a state budget proposal that does promise bonuses to some of our amazing frontline healthcare workers and does commit funding to the tuition assistance program, which we welcome, the Excelsior Scholarship Program, to childcare, and to the hiring of full-time faculty and staff. But it is not nearly enough. I can say it's not enough because we know that since the Great Recession, SUNY has lost $7.35 billion in direct state appropriations.
And that ain't right?
It is definitely not right. What that means is that our students, our patients, and our communities have been denied millions in state funding every year. Even as New York State's budget grew by millions, it continued to neglect and starve its own state hospitals and institutions of higher education. Just at our SUNY public teaching hospitals, which have been playing an incredibly critical role in training the next generation of medical professionals, they have also been sustaining and protecting our communities, in fact, all of us, from COVID. The hospitals and the employees have been pushed to the brink. They're burned out, they're exhausted, they feel like they've been neglected because their institutions have been neglected. These hospitals are struggling financially, and they are struggling to retain overworked staff. Over and over again, UUP members at these hospitals have stepped up, though exhausted, and have never given up. It would be unconscionable for our state this year, with the resources at hand, to once again neglect these facilities and the life-saving work going on there. That is why today we are urging together PSC, UUP, our friends in the legislature, students, and our coalition partners to expand funding for SUNY to the tune of $250 million, and CUNY the same, $250 million. I know that this state can find $500 million for our collective future. In terms of SUNY, $250 million, okay, comes out to a grand total per student of $477 per year. Averaged out per day, that's $1.30. The cheapest cup of coffee at Starbucks costs $2.35. A rapidly unionizing Starbucks, I might say. I think our students are worth more than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. SUNY is one of New York's most effective economic engines, providing avenues for success for tens of thousands of students every year. If we invest in these SUNY campuses across the state, we can bring prosperity across New York State while also bringing hope and a real future to the next generation of New Yorkers.